So, if you're anything like me, you really enjoy sitting down in the nice peace and quiet all by yourself with a nice cup of coffee or tea and just art, just play. And that is what I did today. Today's prompt is Born to Sparkle, which was an interesting prompt. By interesting, I mean I had no idea what I was going to do. But I sat down, picked up some stuff, and just enjoyed myself. I was alone. I didn't have anybody to bother me. I didn't have anywhere to be. I just played, and it was so relaxing. Oh, it's amazing what you can accomplish when you just have the time to sit down and play. Oh, it's heavenly. So for today's prompt, I decided I was going to use one of my Jane Davenport stencils. Surprise, because that's different. And yeah, I wanted to do a face and have some coffee. I started with the magic wands just as a base because the background is distress ink. I was just playing around with a scrap piece of paper, and I've cut this down to size to fit my butterfly effect book. And yeah, it was the first time I'd ever tried distress ink, and it was really quite fun, actually. My mum brought them over when she came to visit, and we just sort of played with them and different backgrounds and things like that. And when I was putting the flower stencil down with the yellow, I was a bit concerned that maybe the colours weren't that great of a choice. I mean, I look at it and I still think maybe the yellow wasn't that great of a choice. I mean, the pink worked nice, but pink and blue, or pink and, I suppose, lilac, I can't actually remember the name of the distress inks that I used. But those pink and the colour in the background works really well with each other. The yellow was just an odd choice. I felt like a bright colour. I wanted something really poppin', basically. And yeah, I'm just sitting here looking at it. So I was like, no, doesn't really work. But you'll see. As the prompt goes on, I sort of decide where I'm going to go with it. And I forgot to do hair, but, that's okay. So here I am adding Jane's aqua pastels to the paper. And the reason I'm using the aqua pastels is because when I add the acrylic paint, like I'm doing now, which is coloured highlight, the acrylic paint, and the purple is Michelangelo, I think. The acrylic activates the aqua pastel, and this is a technique that Jane's used before. And a technique I would really like to get better at, because I did a poor job this time. Oh boy, did I muck this up. But if done correctly, if done with practice, it can look like you've done some really sophisticated shading when really you've just used a watercolour stick, basically. So I was trying that. And at the very end, I sort of managed to get it to a point that I was happy with. I wasn't completely trying to make it opaque either. Like, I didn't want to lose the little bits of the background coming through. And again, these prompts, I mean, doing art daily is, it's so hard. Sitting down just to art, like, it's very rare that I get an entire day to do art. Very, very rare. So sitting down to try and create a masterpiece is just impossible, improbable, highly unlikely. Like, not likely to happen at all. But you shouldn't sit down to art with the aim to make a masterpiece. I treat everything like a sketch. If I treat it like a sketch, if I treat it like it's practice, then it doesn't have to be perfect. And I mean, this particular piece is not perfect, and I still have to really work on colour theory. I really have to work on anatomy, face structure. Just drawing flowers could help me shade flowers just that little bit better. I mean, I have to work on all of it. And that's what I really like about Jane's supplies. They are so easy to use. reasonably affordable. I mean, reasonably, if you're American and you go to Michael's, oh, they're so cheap. Like, I would be willing to fly to America to buy art supplies. Yeah, there's me drinking a coffee. I had a lot of coffee today. A lot of coffee. I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, they're reasonably affordable even in Australia. And just because of that, it's like, oh, if I use it, if I mess something up, you know, if I run it out or something, like, that's fine because I can buy some more. I mean, not everybody can do that, but I can't do that right now. But all my Jane supplies are relatively brand new. My acrylics haven't run out just yet, and I really hope they don't. Yeah, but here I am with the colour sticks, and I keep reaching for the colour sticks. They are just so fun to use. I love smudging them with my fingers, just moving it along the page. Oh, and they're so vibrant too. I mean, I go over the flowers just to give that little bit of added depth. And, you know, Jane's supplies work well with each other because she sits there and tests them all with each other. So the colours are going to blend, the colours are going to work together. You know, they're not going to create mud unless you're, you know, really trying to mix two colours that shouldn't be mixed. But that's just, you know, learning colour theory. But Jane's products really do work well. And that's what I really like about them. You know, it's just easy just to sit down and play when you actually get the chance to. You just pick it up, put it on the paper, and away you go. So, yeah, I just really enjoyed it. Today I sat down, had some coffee, pulled out the supplies, and just like went for it. And I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm not sure if this particular face works for the prompt. I mean, by the end of it, you see that I've used glitzy marker. So it does sparkle. But, you know, I don't really create characters for my drawings or backstories. I mean, sometimes I do, but most often I don't. And for this one, I didn't really. But I mean, you know, that's just the way I do it. Might not be for everybody. Yeah. And this is the Ultimate Pen in Black Lace from the Making Faces collection. And that pen goes over anything. And I do mean anything. I mean, almost anything. I mean, I have a ton of different supplies. Alcohol markers, watercolors, color sticks, acrylic paint, hybrid ink, stamps. Gosh, everything. And yet, not enough. Anyway, yeah, Ultimate Pen goes over everything. It's amazing. I really want her, Jane, to bring out an Ultimate Pen in white, because it is so hard to find a proper white paint pen or marker or, you know, Posca pen type thing. I don't know. All I know is I always struggle. The jelly rolls and the other gel pens, they don't work very well. And I find that Jane's paint over pens, which I've used here, previously, that was a glitzy marker in my hand, they're opaque, but the white itself is not. And it's just a limitation with the kind of paint or the kind of ink or even just the delivery system. So like putting it in the felt tip marker, you know, it's just so difficult to find one. And Jane recommends a Sharpie one, the Sharpie white ink pen, and it's been discontinued, which is a shame. Ah, well. Yeah, so I thought I'd add some earrings. I didn't really like the way I added the earrings, but that's okay. A little necklace. I've been adding them to a lot of things. It just adds that little bit of extra element to it, really. It was a really interesting experience today. I didn't think about what I was doing. I just sat down and played, and being able to not think about it is just as fun as planning out a piece. I don't ever recommend planning pieces out. That's just, how I do things. But, there I am forgetting to put glitzy marker on the other flower. But that's okay. I've already gone back and edited a few pieces that I made the other day, and I just never really truly think a piece is finished. I just find a spot that I think is the best time to stop adding to it. Yeah, so that was Born to Sparkle, day number 5. Oh, almost a week in. Amazing. Let's hope I can finish the month, but no promises. You never know what could happen. Alrighty then. Thanks for watching. Bye.